will come late.
Sorry?
تيجيو مأخر هبدأوا يجيو.
اوكي.
هذا توا كانوا يكملوا في الحصة متاع السيونس.
اوكي. رمضان تبدل برشا التوقيت برشا حاجات تبدل.
بس يا اخي مش نولوا كل نهار لحد يعني ولا كل نهار.
I don't know روان. حتى التو يعني الايام الاولى تنظيم توقيت ومن بعد يعطيكم يعني كل حصه وقتاش، خاطر ما نعرفش كل نهار بنهار وتوا باش الاسبوع الاول يتم تنظيم الوقت. وقتاش كملتوا القرايه اليوم؟ اليوم ما تقراوش. سلمى في بالي تقرا. يس
أي قريت كملت 12:50.
12:50 بتوقيت قطر هكا.
أي معناتها 10-5 دقيقة بالنسبة ليكم.
اوكي يعني وبعد عملتوا حصه اخرى؟
وبعديك روحت وصلت للدار مدة 2 ساعة وعملت دخلت على الزوم تاع شو اسمه سيونس كاو.
راوين نهار لحد ما تقراش بالطبيعة خاطر في تونس. مرتاحة اليوم؟ سهرية وصبحة راقدة؟
بس سهرت ما سهرتش برشا.
مش برشا، نصف الليل ساعتين. مش برشا للسحورة. أكيد عادي، هذا هو سهريات رمضان في تونس. مسلسلات في ساعة بديت بالمسلسلات.
مع شغال فترة.
اوكي. ثم مسلسلات جديدة؟
فما في الحوار تونسي.
نوع حوار تونسي ما نتفرجش فيها. جاميد لابي. وين البقية؟ بقية الفريق متاعكم؟ باهي نبداو حتى لين يبداو البقية بالطبيعة باش نبداو بال We will start with module number 5. I think you will have exams soon. الامتحان الأول العادي باش تعملوها على قريب في بالي ولا؟
يس.
سلمى وقتاش انتوما؟ نهار الخميس هكا؟
نهار الخميس هذا عندي مات مازلت ما ندريش على خاطر مسؤول بعد
لونجلي مازال. اوكي مش مشكل. باهي
اما الجمعة الجاية باش نبداو نعديو معناتها.
يس خاطر هذه المدة متاعها مضبوطة شوية التريمستر هذه، باش تبداو فيسا فيسا. باهي module number 5 is about relationships. Okay, so we will start many kind of relationships. So let me ask you, okay, do you get on well with your neighbors? Get on well يعني تتفاهم علاقتك باهية with your neighbors. Yes or no? Hello people. Tell me your relationship with your neighbors. Do you know the meaning of neighbors?
No.
Neighbors هم الجيران. So what is your relationship with your neighbors? Do you have good neighbors?
Yes.
Yes. Do you get on well with your neighbors? يعني تتفاهم معاهم علاقتكم باهية. Do you get on well with them?
Yes.
You don't have problems with your neighbors?
No, I don't have.
Okay. Are you a good neighbor?
Yes.
Okay, let's hope you are good neighbors, all of you. Okay. Do you have someone you study with and who inspire you? Inspire you يعني شخص يقرأ معك أو يقري فيك. who inspire you يعني يلهمكم، يعطيكم الإلهام. Yes. خاصة شخص يدرس معكم. Is your relationship with your classmate good? Salma and Rawan, answer me or you will open your camera. One of the two. Yes. How is your relationship with your classmates?
Good.
Good. You have good classmates?
Yes.
You don't have some problems with your classmates?
No.
You get on well with with all your classmates?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you don't have problems. Okay, and what about your friends? Who is your closest friend? Your intimate friend, your best friend?
Lemis.
Lemis. And what about you, Rawen? Who is your best friend?
I have many best friends.
Okay, you have many best friends. Can you describe your best friends? How are they? They are good? They are crazy?
Crazy, they are crazy.
They are crazy?
Yes.
Okay, your friends are crazy. Okay. So how do you keep in touch with your long distance friends? Keep in touch يعني تبقوا على تواصل. How do you keep in touch with long distance friends يعني اللي ما بيناتكم مسافة طويلة كما مثال زملائك في قطر وانت في تونس. How do you keep in touch? تبقوا على اتصال يعني with Facebook or with emails or
with Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. Yes. You don't use WhatsApp?
No.
Okay, Instagram. Okay. How do you maintain a good relationship? كيفاش تحافظوا على العلاقة المميزة بتاعك؟ How do you maintain a good relationship? How do you stay good friends? What do you do? Yes. Do you do something special? أما حاجة خاصة تعملوها ولا؟
Yes, the problem.
Sorry?
The problems.
What's the meaning of problem? You have problems? Always problems. Okay. Okay, that's not good to have problems.
Me and my best friend, we go out together and we go to the cinema together and we go to ski together and always in the school we stay together.
Okay, you stay together in school and outside. Okay, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have one brother and one sister.
Okay, what about you, Salma?
I have one brother and one sister.
Okay, كيف يعني. Okay, what is the thing you would love to do together? Is there anything you like to do with your brother or your sister? Or Do you do
Play.
things together?
Playing.
Teacher,
We play
travel.
we usually play together.
Play, what do you play? Football, handball, other sport or something else? Or you play in your
So we travel
house?
together and we
Yes, you travel together.
we study in the same school.
Ah, okay. You study at the same grade?
No.
Okay, but in the same school.
Yes.
Okay, so you share your sandwich?
No.
No, okay. What
teacher
about-
هو من يعطوني ما أنا لا.
Okay, you are stingy. Stingy person. What about you, Rawen? What do you play exactly?
In the house. We play in the house.
Okay, you play in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the last thing you did with your brother and sister? The last thing. The last thing you did, or you played together, or you did together, or you traveled together, or I don't know anything.
So we travel together.
Where did you go, Selma?
To Turkey.
To Turkey. Okay, Istanbul?
No, Warsaw. We skiing there.
Okay, Turkey is a beautiful place. What about you, Rawen? What did you do together? You play catch? No?
No.
You play boxing together?
We
No?
play basketball.
Okay, you play basketball together. Okay, so this is something good to do with your brothers and sisters. Okay, what about your relationship with your parents? Do you get along with your parents? A good relationship with your parents?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
They are good with you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think boys are easier to care of than girls? Hello, Arij. Ale, okay. Ale always changing the names.
مسيو خاطر ديما البيسي نتاعي معناتها ما عادش حب يخدم.
Yes, Arij. Arij is your sister, Ale?
أي مسيو تقرا سادسة.
Yes, she's my student, yes. أمس قرأت عندي Arij. Okay. Okay, so what's your relationship with your parents?
Good.
It's a good relation.
Good relationship?
Yeah.
They give you good pocket money?
Yes.
They care about you a lot?
Sure.
Always?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, very good. So, do you think your parents like you more, or your brother more, or your sister more, or all the same?
All the same.
All the same. Okay, it's good to be fair. Something good to be fair. Okay, what's your relationship with your teachers?
Not very good.
Not very good. Why? Why, Selma?
Teacher, I always. They are always what? Always strict with you? No, teacher,
all the teachers are strict.
All your teacher, any teacher.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with your teachers? All your teachers.
It's good relation.
Good relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Always or sometimes?
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Okay. Do you enjoy spending time with your teachers?
No.
Some teacher I enjoy.
I mean in class.
الكلاس شوية باقيين صعاب ويقعدوا يصحوا وحدهم.
They speak alone and you are not here. You
Yes,
are in another galaxy.
miss of the English and the teacher of the French and the teacher of the math and the teacher of the physics and
teacher of البروف متاع
الرياضة.
The physical education.
Teacher, they are so صعب.
So strict.
Yes.
Okay, what do you mean a strict teacher who doesn't let you play in the class? That's the strict teacher?
No, teacher على أقل حاجة يقوموا يصيحوا زاد يحكوا بالصيح ما يحكوش بشوي. توا رمضاني يعيطوا علينا.
Okay, maybe they miss their coffee, maybe. Maybe. Okay. Okay, married couple. What is your attitude toward marriage? What do you think about people who are married? Do you think their relationship is good? From what you see, your neighbors, your family, your I don't know, your uncles, your aunts, your parents, do you see they have a good relationship as a married couple?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, what are 5 things you like about your classroom? 5 things you like.
I don't like it.
You don't like anything in your classroom?
Yes.
No, teacher.
You don't like your chair, your friends,
I like
your teacher?
I don't like my chair. No. I like my table and I like my place and I like my bag and I like my teacher and I like my friends.
My teacher.
Your friends
and
your teacher.
My place because it's near to the teacher. And
you don't like your teacher, Ella?
No, قصدي نحب بلاصتي خاطرها بجنب البروف.
Sorry?
قلت لك نحب البلاصة متاعني my place.
You like your place, yes?
My place because it's near the teacher.
It's near the teacher. Okay, you don't feel scared of the teacher?
No.
Okay, good. You like your table, your next to your friend next to you? You don't like the board, maybe? The decoration of your class? No? You don't have a decoration?
No.
Okay. You don't like a lot. Rawen, what about you, Rawen? What do you like in your class?
My friends, my teacher.
Yes. Do you like your table in which you write always your name?
Yes.
Always your name or your friend's name? You write many things in your table. I know. All the pupils, they always write when they are not interested in the lesson. Yes, of course, I know. You write, you draw some things, you make lines, you.
بس احنا ما عندناش بلايص وين تدخل اقعد تحب.
Yes, but your table, so you write on your table, any table.
Not me, teacher.
No? No. You are a good pupil, Ala?
ما نحبش نسوي خاطر ممكن هذيك تصورها انت طولتك، ما فهمتكش على طولتك في الدار. هيك كان.
Yes. طاولتك. Yes, what's the problem? You don't write on your school table?
يعني بس أنا شفت الطاولة هذيك متاع الليسي إنها مثلا تكون طاولتي في الدار يعني البيرو متاعي ما نعملش يعني ما نعملش على حاجات هذوك.
Yes, I hope every pupil know that, but they don't. They always write on. They write on their table in their school, but at home they will be punished if they write. You can write or draw anything in your at your home tables. I don't think so. Your parents will punish you.
Sure, yes.
Sure. I hope you understand that one day. Okay, let's write. Sorry, let's read this little.
Can I read?
Yes, you can read.
Hello, my name is Anne. I'm 8 years old and I'm from the USA. I'm going to introduce you to my lovely family. It is quite big and we are very happy. My mother's name is Laura and my father's name is Peter.
And my father's is Peter.
My father's
my father's name. Yes.
My father is Peter. My mother has got blonde hair and she is very tender. My father is tall and slim and he is a funny person. My parents have got 3 children. There's my brother Tim, my baby brother David, and me. Tim is a sweet boy who loves playing and wait with me all the time.
All the time. Thank you. Okay, your friends, let your friends finish. Yes. Can you finish, Rawen or Ella?
teacher إنه online تقرأ بسرعة.
Here.
Teacher, can I read?
Yes.
He's only 3 years old, 3 years old, so he attends the
kindergarten.
Kindergarten. My younger brother David is 7 months baby, but he is full of personality. He likes being at my father's lap, and he never disposes of ID his bunny. My father has got a sister. Her name is Olivia, and she is my aunt. My mother has got 2 brothers. Their names are Rishad and Willan, and they are my uncle. I have also got.
You. Let your friend Rawen read a bit. Yes, Rawen.
My father has got a sister. Her name is Olivia. Sure.
في اللاين
Yes, no problem. Yes, you can. Yes.
And she is my aunt. My mother has got 2 brothers. Their names are Richard and William, and they are my uncles. I have also got my grandparents and my cousins, Jacob.
Cousins.
Jacob, Kevin, and Chloe.
Yes.
We have got a pet called Pirate. He is my favorite dog. I love my family and my pet.
Okay, so sorry?
Nothing.
Okay, so this is a small paragraph, my lovely family. So this is a relationship with family and with, of course, as you see, the pet is the dog, yes. So here we have some questions we need to answer, okay? So let's start by A, then B, then C. So let's start by number 1.
Amna,
Yes, Amna.
How old is Anna?
Yes, how old is Anna?
Anna is 8 years old.
She is 8
Is 8 years old.
Eight. Yes, it's the first line. My name is Anna. I am 8 years old. She's 8 years old. So 8 years old. Yes. Next one.
روان can I
روان مش انت اللي جاوبت روان؟ No?
لا إمنا
آمنة.
Where is Emna?
آمنة قبيلة جابت على number 2.
Emna. Hello, Emna. I didn't see you. Okay, I didn't see Emna. Okay, Rawen.
is she British?
Is she British? As you can
No.
see here.
No, she's
Yes or no?
English. She's English.
No.
She's English?
Yes.
She's from Britain?
From USA.
USA. It's not Britain, USA. USA is
England.
America. America, USA.
American.
Yes.
She's
United States. It's America. So she's not from Britain. She's not British. No. She is American, not British. Okay, number 3, Ella or Selma.
How many brothers has she got? She has got 2 brothers.
2 brothers?
3 children. لا 2 yes.
Win
My
البرادر.
parents have got 3 children. There is my brother Tim. 2 brothers.
There is my brother
Tim
Tim,
and David.
my baby brother David, and me. So here Zeda included. So she has got
2.
2 brothers. 2
Should I
brothers.
answer the question number 4?
Yes. Yes, Ella.
What's her mother's name?
What's her mother name here? My mother name is.
My mother.
Is Laura.
My mother name is Laura.
Yes, we say in English Laura, not Laura. Laura. Okay. Her name is Laura. Okay, Laura هذه في بالي شفتها في مسلسل ولا مش عارف. Yes. Okay. What's her father name? The father name. Emna. What's the father name?
Peter.
Peter.
Peter? Okay. Mr. Peter. The father name is Mr. Peter. The father name is Peter. Okay. How old is Tim?
Rawan. So can I
Yes.
answer?
Yes, of course, no problem. How old is Tim? Let's see here.
Tim. He is only 3 years old.
Yes, Tim is 3 years old and she is 6 years old. So he is 3 years old. Tim is 3 years old. Okay, but who is Eddie? آخر سؤال, who is Eddie? Eddie شكون? Who is Eddie? Let's look for Mr. Eddie. Who is Eddie?
Eddie, he never this word. His bunny. Eddie, his bunny.
Eddie is the bunny of
the father.
Of the father?
No.
He likes
of her baby brother. Of his brother.
Yes, Eddie is the bunny of Tim, who is 3 years old. So Eddie is his bunny. Okay. The father, do you think the father has got a bunny?
No.
Okay. Okay. I don't think so too. Okay, here we have complete the table with the family relationship. Okay. Here
Father,
we
mother,
have the father.
And mother.
mother,
Yes.
father, brother, uncle,
Uncle
grandfather,
and
son,
grandfather, grandmother, son,
So we have father, brother,
brother, uncle,
uncle,
grandfather,
and
sorry,
grandmother.
grandfather,
grandfather. This is male. هذوما الذكور
son and
male.
cousin.
And cousin.
Mm.
Okay, what about the females? النساء.
Mother,
Mother,
The mother, the sister,
sister,
the aunt,
and
the aunt, yes. The
the
grandmother,
daughter,
um,
the daughter.
the daughter, yes. And the cousin too, because the cousin زاد ينجم يكونوا بنات ولا
yes.
ولاد. No problem.
Ah,
Okay,
teacher.
here we are going to make the opposite matches. The opposite
Okay,
يعني
okay.
مش المرادف. The opposite.
العكس يعني.
Focus.
Teacher.
Yes.
Sure, Ella, can I do the first one?
Oh,
Yes. Yes, of course.
The opposite of
old.
old is young.
Old and young. Yes. Old and young. Okay. Oh la la. Come here, please. Yes. Next one.
Big is small.
Big and small. Yes.
Happy and unhappy. Tall,
Happy and unhappy.
tall, short.
Tall,
Slim,
short.
fat, slim, fat.
Fat
Funny,
and
funny, funny, serious.
funny, serious.
Love, hate.
Love, hate. Yes. We have old and young, big, small, happy, unhappy, tall, short, slim, fat, funny, serious, and love, hate. So these are some kind of, there are some kinds of relationship. This is family relationship, okay? This is about your family relationship between brother, sister, father, mother, aunt, uncle,
And
yes, and uncle, and we have many kind of relationship. Let's see this little exercise. Okay, and let's see if you can. Okay, so we are going to put the words in order. مش نحط الكلمات.
a date.
If two people meet, they have
A date.
date. Yes, they have a date. Okay, like this. The first date, أول موعد. Okay, not being a couple. What does it mean, not being a couple? They are not a couple.
They are
Broke up.
break up.
Yes, can you tell me the letters?
B
B, R,
E
E,
A
E, A.
U P.
break يعني يقطع. break up
Break
يعني
up.
يقطع العلاقة. They are not a couple. ما عادش متزوجين أو مخطوبين. Don't pay attention. What's the meaning?
Ignore. No.
Yes. What are the letter?
I.
Yes.
E. N. Ignore.
No.
G.
Yes.
N.
G, N.
O.
O.
R.
R. E. Ignore يعني يتجاهل. To ignore people. Not paying attention. Okay, when they are not married.
divorced ولا شنو؟
Okay, what's the first letter?
D.
D. Yes, D.
I.
I.
V.
V.
O.
O. Yes.
R.
R.
C.
C.
E. وD.
E. D. What's the meaning of divorced?
مطلقين.
مطلقين. Yes. Okay, خبيرة علاقات عائلية أنت سلمى.
مش أنا. آمنة.
Who is? Amna. Okay, Amna. Ask someone to be your wife or husband. To ask someone يعني تطلب من واحد باش يولي.
Engage.
Okay. Okay, Amna, you are very smart. Yes. What's the first letter?
E.
E.
N.
N.
G.
Yes.
I. A.
A, not I. Yes.
G.
Yes.
ED.
ED. Engaged. Engaged يعني مخطوبين أو نعرف شنو يسموها. باهي not having a couple. ما عندوش حتى.
Teacher.
Yes.
Being single.
Okay. Being single. What's the letters?
B. E.
B E I N G.
N. G.
Single S
I. N. E.
G
L.
G. L. E.
Okay. Being single يعني يكون أعزب أو ما not in relationship. Okay. About to be married. يعني على وشك الزواج.
معلش بالفرنسي.
Yes, it's the same in English and in French.
فيونسي ولا
Fiancé. Yes, نفس الكلمة بالفرنسي وبالإنجليزي. هي دي. F I A N C E. Fiancé. Yes. Members of your family. يعني الأقارب.
sibling. لا.
No, الأقارب بصفة عامة. كل الأقارب أعضاء العائلة يعني مش كان الأب والأم والأخت، معناها العائلة الكبيرة. الكازنز والأنت والأنكل والجراند فاذر جراند ماذر شنو نسميهم؟
لحظة.
Teacher, I have
Yes.
20
20. What's 20? باهي باش نعاونكم. أول حرف هو R.
relative.
Yes, you can try to guess.
I have 73. ليه 37.
relate.
Yes. Re. Like this? No, it's not A. L. Yes, it's L. Yes. Relatives يعني العائلة متاعك. Relatives. Okay, change of house. يعني نبدلوا المنزل.
move on.
Yes. What are the letters?
move on. M
V
O V O N.
move on يعني نبدلوا المكان أو نتجاوز شيء معين. به quite familiar to you. يعني يكون كيفاش مش نقولوا، يعني تكون عندك بها علاقة مقربة.
يعني best school
Cool.
yeah.
لا school.
Cool.
Cool.
The first
Cool.
letter is first
So-
word cool.
Vosılkız.
شنو close? Yes, it's close.
Close.
It's C. Close يعني مقرب. Like this. Close and here. هذه باش تلقاوها واحد. You can find alone. Close يعني مقرب.
French.
Sorry?
French.
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 Yes, tell me the letters.
F I F.
لا مش friend. friend.
I.
No, مش friend.
I.
Yes.
F-R-I-E-N.
DC D وبعد كده C.
DS. Yes. Close friends. Close friends يعني الأصدقاء المقربين. Close
best
friends. Okay, here good relationship.
Get take ولا شيء.
Get.
Get.
Go.
Galon.
Get.
قال.
Get on well. Get. لا. Got.
Yes أما get well صحيح أما not on ثم حروف أخرين.
Get.
This is as you said well. Yes. This is well.
Gallon.
Get.
Longer.
Longer.
لا. Long.
Yes.
Along.
Get.
Along.
Get along well. You say get along well يعني يتفاهموا. ولا get on well ولا get along well. الزوز عندهم معنى يتفاهموا.
Feeling in
Hey,
love.
here, meet someone special.
Feel in love.
F.
Feel.
in love.
Feel in love.
F I L L.
Fall, yes, it's fall.
In.
Fall.
L O V E.
L-O-V-E. Fall in love. And the last one is act without consulting.
كيف؟ لا. Eat.
يعني تتصرف من غير ما تشاور أو تستشير.
For هذيك.
Okay, for.
A teacher get.
لا.
What is get?
The cat ولا شيء.
We can. This is T.
Take.
Run.
Take.
Take. Yes, take for. يعني يأخذ الشخص على أساس إنه مضمون. جاية من كلمة guarantee. Granted. Take for granted. يعني وقت شخص ما تحكيش معاه يعني على أساس هو صديقك وما تكونش متواصل معاه برشا. Take for granted. Okay, these were many kind of relationships. برشا أنواع متاع علاقات. Let's try this one. So a person who has been one's friend for a long time.
Old friend.
Yes.
old friend.
Old friends هم الأصدقاء القدم يعني long time you are friends. ممكن من وقت اللي انتم صغار مثال. We say old friends. Yes, number 2, who wants to read?
Is a combination of affection, loyalty, love, respect, and trust.
Affection, loyalty,
Trust.
love, respect, احترام, trust, ثقة.
معناها combination of it.
combination يعني مزيج ما بين الحنان وال يعني يبقى معاك love, respect, احترام, trust, ثقة، يعني كل الحاجات الباهية.
Friendship or relative.
What do you think? Who is the combination? هو شكون اللي يجمع الصفات هذه الكل؟
Friendship.
Relative.
Best friend.
Best friend or relatives?
Relative.
Relatives or best friend?
Trust. Best friend.
I don't know. Best friend?
I think best friend is understood.
No, it's not best friend. Friendship?
Friendship.
Yes, friendship يعني الصداقة بصفة عامة. And of course the best friend who always
Break up.
have all these. And a romantic relationship.
Break up.
Break up يعني تنهي علاقة رومانسية. To break up تقطع علاقة. To break up. Break يعني أقطع. To break up. Next one.
To begin to know someone. To get to know. To get to know. To go.
To get to know. Yes. To get to know. To begin to know someone. Yes. To get to know. يعني تبدأ باش تتعرف. به. To be romantically involved with someone.
To be in a relationship.
To be in a relationship.
Yes, to be in a relationship, not to work at a relationship, to be. Okay. Next one.
Person who.
Whom.
whom.
Whom يعني كما هو أما تعود على مش في السبجكت تكون في الأوبجكت يعني.
And no person.
One doesn't know or with whom one is not familiar. يعني شخص مش متعود عليه ولا ما تعرفوش.
No person.
Stranger. Stranger.
Well, stranger and unknown person هما عندهم نفس المعنى. Stranger هو غريب, unknown مش معروف. Don't which one? Stranger?
غريب.
Yes, stranger غريب. شخص غريب. Okay, to share the same interests or have similar characteristics. شاركوا نفس الحاجات اللي تهتموا بها وعندكم نفس
in common.
common يعني نفسها.
To have something in common.
Have something in common. تتشاركوا في شيء. Yes. Have something in common يعني عندكم أشياء مشتركة. Next one. Yes.
To agree. Support.
To agree with and give encouragement to someone or something.
Help.
To agree with and give encouragement. Help, support.
Help.
I think it's more support.
Support or help.
Because encourage مش help يعني عندها support. Agree توافق يعني. To support someone. To agree with him and encourage, give encouragement. Your parents do this.
Yes.
To keep in contact with.
Get on.
Get on.
Get on.
Keep in contact يعني
keep
with
contact.
Facebook, with Instagram.
Get on. Keep in touch.
Contact or keep in touch. Yes. To keep in contact يعني تكون عندك علاقة بالشخص هذاك، يعني تكتب له بالماسنجر ولا بالانستغرام ولا يعني عندكم discussion، تتكلموا تواصل. Keep in touch. Okay, your ability to understand funny things. يعني القدرة متاعك تتفهم الحاجات المضحكة.
Be funny.
Sense of humor.
Be funny, sense of humor, joke,
Jokes.
Sense of humor.
Yes, I think it's sense of humor. يكون عندك حس الفكاهة، يعني القدرة على انك تفهم الناس اللي تكون I think it's sense of humor. Okay, next one. Members of your family.
Related.
Yes, كتبناها بكريكا في التمرين. أعضاء العائلة هم relatives. We say they are my relatives. الكل، يعني مش كان العائلة بتاعك المصغرة، العم والخال والخالة.
العائلة الكبيرة.
العائلة الكبيرة، yes. This is big one. Who can
The activity
read
that
this?
you enjoy doing and the subject that you like to spend time on.
Interests. Yes, interests. Interests يعني الاهتمامات. So the activities that you enjoy، النشاطات اللي تحب تقوم بها، and the subject that you like to spend time learning about، والحاجات اللي تحب تعدي وقت تقوم بها أو تتعلمها. So these are your interests, like for example playing handball or basketball. It's one of your interests, for example. Okay. To have a pleasant relationship with someone.
Get on with.
Get on with someone.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
Pleasant يعني علاقة طيبة. Get on with someone يعني تتفهم معاه. Maybe. Yes. Yes, تتفهم معاه. علاقة طيبة يعني تتفهموا. Respect or admire someone.
Look after.
هي هذه غلطة زي دي. Look after. But look after يعني تعتني. This is respect. تحترم وتقدر شخص.
Look up to.
Look up to. Look up to يعني تنظر للشخص بنظرة تقدير واحترام. Like you look up to your parents.
Your teacher.
You respect them and you admire them. Okay.
Prefer to be called by a
particular name.
Be named after.
Be named after. Okay. Prefer to be called by a particular name يعني تحب يناديوك باسم معين. Be named after.
After.
No.
Go by.
Go by.
No,
Yes.
go by.
To go by. To go by يعني تحب يناديوك باسم معين. مثال عندك اسم، مثال مش اسمك الصحيح. مثال تحب يناديوك الذكية مثال. اسم مش اسم حقيقي أما اسم مستعار يعني. Okay, be given the name of another person.
Be named after.
Yes, this is be named after. يعني يسميوك على اسم شخص، مثال على اسم جد ولا شخص معناها العائلة يحبوه. Yes. Okay, do you have someone in family that you like to be named after?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, who, for example?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother, what's her name?
Sarah.
Sarah, you like to be named Sarah?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, the rest?
No, I don't. I love my name.
You love your name? Okay. And Selma and Rawan, you love your names?
Yes, I love my name.
Okay, you don't like to change your name with someone
No.
No.
someone who you like or you love from your family?
No.
Okay, no problem. It's not an obligation.
I want to change my name with my شنو هذيك بنت خالتي
With
الصغيرة.
Your cousin.
your small cousin?
Yes.
What's her name?
نرجس.
Nargis, you like to change your name or take her name? تحب تبدل اسمك اسمها؟
احنا ناخذ اسمها.
Okay. You take her name and she will be named Rawen.
Yes.
Yes. So it's stealing. Stealing يعني سرقة. مش تسرق لها الاسم. That's not good to steal people's names. Okay. Or you will be two Sarah in your family. Maybe that will be much. Okay, so we will doing the match here. We have picture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have mutual friends أصدقاء مشتركين, siblings اللي هما في العائلة متاعك, classmates زملاء, bullying اللي هي
تنمر.
Yes, تنمر, and best friends. So number 1, I think you know.
Bullying.
Bullying.
Yes, bullying. You are suffering from bullying?
Yes.
In your school?
No, I don't.
No? Okay, that's good. Okay, what is number 2 here?
Friends.
Classmates.
Classmates?
Yeah. Classmates تحتها.
These one are classmates? Okay, هذوما classmates خاطرهم عندهم على قراية. Okay, best friend.
Best friends أخرانية.
number 3.
Number 3, this one or this one?
This one. بلطانية.
This one are best friends?
Yes.
Okay, and what about this one?
لا, mutual friends. Mutual friends.
These are best friends or mutual friends? So we have mutual friends, يعني أصدقاء مشتركين, ولا best friends? So you think these are siblings like this? Best friends or mutual friends? Which one?
What's the difference between the best friend?
يعني best friends هم الأصدقاء mutual friends يعني أصدقاء مشتركين. Okay, these are mutual friends maybe. Okay, let's look here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have 6 sentences. So my and I hang out every day.
My friends.
My best friend and I hang out every day.
But بيعرف شو معنى hang out? To hang out, to go to do something.
To go together with
Okay, شكون عندهم أشغال في ال أسمع في ثم شوي حس ما نعرفش عند شكون.
أنا.
Okay, Maria and I became friends yesterday.
My
classmates Maria and I.
Sorry?
My classmate
Maria and I become friends. Yes, هوني S وهي مفروض من غير S. my classmate يعني زميلتي في الدراسة.
Mm.
Maria and I become friends
Become
yesterday.
friends yesterday.
ولا أصحاب إن شاء الله
Okay.
مبروك عليهم. Okay, Andrea and teacher Elsie they are what?
Mutual friends.
Mutually friends.
Sorry?
Best
Mutually friends.
Mutual friends, yes. يعني عندهم أصدقاء مشتركين mutual friends. Okay, I keep in touch يعني نبقى على
my
تواصل with my Debbie.
friend.
Classmate.
Classmate, yes, because sibling you are always in
Are
touch.
always
You get to know our teacher, our best friend.
Our mutual friends or classmates, Michael.
but you know our classmates.
Our classmate, yes, without S, Michael. Gary has
I've
been
been
by his
bullied.
classmates.
Bullied.
Yes, bullied.
Bullets.
And this is something that it's not good to happen or to do. اوكي عندنا فقرة صغيرة على my best friend وعندنا هون الكلمات مش نستعملوهم.
My best friend. Teacher, can I
Bullied.
read?
One second. Mutual friends, sibling and best friends.
Teacher Amina.
Yes, Selma. Okay,
My best
Selma.
friend is Carlos. He is very popular in the school. He is 17 years old. He lives in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Ah,
With his
Vegas.
parents and
Siblings.
With his parents and
Siblings.
siblings.
We
Okay.
have been
Yes. خلي زملائك يقرأوا.
Teacher
شأننا
Amina.
روين ألا one of you.
Amina.
Yes, Amina.
We have been friends since I was 10 years old, and it is kind of complicated because at the beginning he bullied me.
Yes, he bullied me.
When I forgave him and got to know him better, we became real friends. Colors always helped me and our friends, our mutual friends.
Me and our friends.
In everything we need. Friends are very important. You share the good and the difficult moments and support each other any way possible.
Okay, so
Mutual.
yes,
mutual friends.
yes, our mutual friends. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 6 words. Yes. Who can read the whole?
Teacher
Rawen, teacher.
شكون ما قراش؟
Rawen.
روين, yes.
My best friend is Carlos. He is very popular in the school. He is 17 years old. He lives in Veragas with his parents and siblings. We have been friends since he was 10 years old. Since I was 10 years old, and it is kind of complicated because at the beginning he bullied me when I forgave him and got to know him better. We became real friends. Carlos always helped me and our mutual friends. Mutual friends in everything we need. Friends are very important. You share the good and difficult moments and support each other any way possible.
Possible, not possible. You are in French lesson?
No.
No.
Possible. What is this possible?
Possible.
Possible, yes.
نحس
In
ساعتين.
Sorry?
Possible in French.
French,
شو
yes,
الحصة
possible.
ساعتين؟
الحصة لا الحصة 6 سوايع. شنو رأيك؟
أحسن.
شنو العادة؟ شنو تقرأ يا أخي؟ تقرأ نص ساعة؟ ساعتين؟
ليه يا
يس.
أخي ترى ما نقدش.
بدينا ماضي ساعة 4 نكملوا 3 4.
في تونس.
ولا رمضان برشا عليك؟
No teacher.
لا عادي.
سافا؟
Mm.
Okay, see this video.
Hannah is a university student.
Okay, what does Hannah do?
She's an university student.
She is a university student. Yes, she's student at university. Inshallah توليو student at university too.
She is an only child. She lives with her parents and their pet dog.
Okay, what does Hannah live?
You live with her parents and pet dog.
Do you know what is university?
Parents and
Yes.
University هي الجامعة. Okay.
أي.
She lives with her parents and pet dog, her mother and brother, her sister and brother.
The first one.
And parents. The first one, parents and pet dog.
Hannah has 4 cousins and sees them a couple of times
Okay,
a
how
year.
many cousins does Hannah have?
she have 4 cousins.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cousins. برشا 4 cousins. 4 cousins. Do you have many cousins?
Yes.
Yes, I have only one.
I have only
Oh,
one.
just one.
Oh no, I have
12.
5?
12 cousins.
12?
ليه
برشا.
عندي ليه مش عندي
يجب تكون الخالات والعمات ويكونوا برشا.
أي أمي عندها 9 أخوات.
ما شاء الله. So you have 20 cousins. Yes. بالطبيعة إذا كان كل واحد عنده 2-3 صغار يعني يجب يكونوا 20 ولا أكثر.
أي. أنا only have
أمي
4.
عندها 9 وأخويا عنده 4.
ما شاء الله. They are 30 then.
أي
30 cousins.
حسيتهم بالغلط.
Okay.
أمي
Here
معاهم
she has
9
got
هي
4.
8 ما أمي معاهم 9.
Oh la la, that's a big family. A large family.
A year. She likes her aunts and uncles because they have interesting lives.
Okay,
And
why does she like her aunts
Interesting
and
life.
uncles?
Because they have an interesting life.
They have interesting life. What does it mean? They have interesting life.
It's a good life.
حياة مهمة يعني فيها أهمية فيها حاجات مهمة. It's not interesting يعني عكس boring.
It's not a bad
money.
مش مملة.
مش مملة. Yes, interesting يعني فيها برشا أحداث وبرشا حاجات. Maybe they travel, they go, they do many things.
And always have funny stories to tell. Hannah's grandparents are very old, but still healthy. She often visits them and tells them about what she has been doing.
Okay, what does Hannah do when she visits
Tell them
her
what
parents?
she has been doing.
Okay, cook for them, tell them what she has been doing, bake for them, طيب لهم شوي خبز. Help them because they are very old.
Tell them
Okay, tell them what she has been doing. What do you do when you go to your grandparents' house?
I eat.
I eat
You eat just for
Yeah.
eat? Is it a restaurant?
and sleep
no.
and play with my
Help them.
صغار.
Really, you help
Tell
them?
them.
You help them to eat with them?
I help them with cooking.
Okay, you help them with cooking. What else you do with your grandparents?
Tell them what
I play with them.
what I has.
Tell them what happened to you?
Yes.
Okay, you tell them your stories with your
Yes.
friends and teachers and your marks and
Yes.
everything?
Yes.
You tell them you have bad marks or good marks?
They're good, Mom.
Good marks, okay, always.
Hannah enjoys spending time with her friends after university.
Okay, what does she enjoy
Her
doing
best-
after university?
Spending time with friends.
Spending time with friends or spending time shopping?
Time with friends.
Spending time with her friends, not shopping.
Friend is Emma, who is from Germany. They have known each other for 10 years. They
Okay.
often-
How long has she known her best friend
10
for?
years.
10 years. 10 years. That's long time. She's old friend كما شفنا بكري.
أي.
She's old friend يعني صديقة قديمة عندهم برشا. They are skiing here.
Yes.
That's lovely.
often go snowboarding together. Hannah likes winter sports, and so does Emma. Hannah has many other friends, but her best friend is Emma. She tells Emma everything.
Okay, what does Hannah tell Emma?
Everything.
Everything or everything except personal things?
Everything.
Everything. Do you have a friend you tell everything?
No.
Yes.
Yes?
No.
Who is your friend you tell everything to?
Nermin.
Sorry?
Nermin.
Nermin?
Ismit.
Yasmin, okay. And what about the others? You have a
No,
friend
I
you
don't
tell
tell
everything?
everything.
You don't tell everything to, you don't trust your friends?
No.
عندك في أصدقاء
لا لا. No, I trust.
No, I don't. Okay.
No. No.
You don't like to tell everything?
Hmm.
Do you tell to your parents everything?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Sure.
Your grandparents, do you tell
Yes.
them everything?
Yes.
Yes. Your brothers and sisters?
Yes. No.
Yes. This is half yes.
Hmm.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we are doing some listening here. We are going to listen 4 people talking about friendship. How well do they know the person they are talking about? So we are going to choose here. They know very well, quite well, not well at all. We have speaker 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's listen.
Unit 32. Recording 42. Speaker 1.
I know it's silly, but I fell out with Mike over money. I lent him some and he never gave it back. So we had this big argument and we haven't spoken to each other for 3 months. I know I should get in touch with him to make up because we were very close friends. He was my best friend, in fact, and we told each other just about everything.
Okay, this is his relationship with his friend. So, does he know his friend very well, quite well, or not well at all?
Very well. Very well.
Very well. I think he was his best friend, but they have some argument, يعني شوية نقاش وعرك about money, I think. Let's see speaker number 2.
Speaker 2.
My cousin introduced me to Francesca. The moment I saw her, I fell madly in love with her. But I've got no idea how she feels about me. We spent the whole evening chatting, and we got on really well together. But I haven't seen her since. I'd really like to get to know her, though. Maybe she'd go out with me, if I ask her.
So what's his relationship with Francesca? Or I don't know.
Not well at all.
Not well at all. Okay. Not well at all or quite well. Okay. They didn't speak, so we can say it's quite well or not well. They have been chatting. يعني كانوا يحكيوا. So let's say quite well. مش باهي برشا ومش خايبة برشا. Let's see speaker number 3.
Speaker 3.
I have a great friendship with Jasmine. Our fathers worked together and were old friends as well as colleagues, so Jasmine and I became good friends too, and we used to play together when we were kids. Eventually, we both got married and we lost touch for a while at that point. But then my brother got engaged to his girlfriend. He had a party and invited us both, and we remembered how much we enjoyed each other's company. So we make sure we keep in touch now. We phone each other every week.
Okay, what's the relationship with her friend since they were child? So what kind of relationship they have?
Not well at all.
Why not well at all? They were friends since they were child, they got married, and they speak to each other every week. So I think it's very well relationship. What's the problem in their relationship? تم مشكلة في العلاقة متاعهم هي وصديقتها. I don't think there is problem there because they were married. They didn't speak much, but now they speak every week and they are good. Okay, let's see the speaker number 4.
Speaker 4.
I don't make friends easily, but when I do, we usually become close. Petra was a classmate of mine at college last year, and we sometimes had lunch together. We discovered we have things in common, like we both enjoy films. So we've been to the cinema together a few times now and had a coffee afterwards.
So what's the relationship between the two of them?
Very well.
Very well or quite well. They have things in common. Maybe it's very good relationship. Okay. Here we have some words that we are going to put here. Anyone can read the words?
Teacher,
Yes, Ella.
enjoy, feel, get, have, keep, lost, make, spoken, told.
Okay, is there any word that you don't know? You don't understand? They are all good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start by number 1, Ella.
I fill out with make over money. We haven't
each other. We haven't to each other for 3 months.
We get to each other for 3 months. I should.
Sorry, we haven't.
We haven't get.
What's the meaning? We haven't get to each other.
Keep to each other.
Yes. Where is speak here? Spoken. We haven't خاطر عنا الزمن هذايا يلزم نستعملوا past participle. Spoken يعني ما تكلمناش ما حكيناش for 3 months. Yes, Rawen or Selma or Emna or anyone. Yes, people.
Teacher Ella.
To each other for 3 months. I should in touch with him.
In touch
I
with
should,
him. شنو اللي شفناها بكري كلمة ديما نقولوها مع in touch؟
get.
Get in touch or keep in touch?
Keep in touch with him.
Yes, we saw many times we say keep in touch. Keep in touch with someone يعني نبقاو على تواصل اتصال. With him to up.
To get up.
To get up. What do you think? We say to get. Okay, let's write get up and see after. Okay, next one. Rawen or Emna.
Teacher Ele.
Yes, Ele.
We told each other everything.
Yes, we told each other everything. كما شفنا في الفيديو. To tell everything. She tell everything to her friends. Okay. The speaker number 2. I madly in love with her.
I feel.
فعل في بالي موجودة.
Yes, teacher, the second word.
I mean, we used it. I fell maybe. No?
I think so.
I fell out with my over money. Okay, let's write. I got madly in love. Yes.
I feel madly in love with her.
I fell madly in love with her. Well, I get madly in love with her. I think get is possible. Yes. We on really well. هي معروفة. We on well.
We get on.
Yes, we get on well. ولا we get along well كما شفناها في تنظيم الكلمات تنظيم الحروف. We get on really well together. I would really like to know her. Sorry? Yes, Alia, what did you say?
جست موسيقتك اطلع شوية قبيلة بشوف الكلمات.
Yes, okay, like this?
I think it.
Okay, so we really like to know her.
Have to know her. To have. To
start.
know her.
Where is start?
Have.
To have to know her?
Yes.
I think اللي شفناها ديما to get to know her. To get to know her. Just to get.
Teacher, we use the get.
Yes. So here it's not get up. نرجع لهذه به بعد. Speaker number 3. We touch for a while. يعني التواصل المدة.
We keep touch for a while.
keep استعملناها keep.
Okay.
هوني ممكن فقدنا التواصل.
We lost touch for a while.
Yes, maybe we lost touch for a while. يعني فقدوا التواصل ما بيناتهم. We each other company. company يعني شركة. So We have each other company, or we made each other company, or we make each other company, or we enjoy each other company. What do you think? Maybe we made
each other's. We enjoy
each other's company.
Yeah.
يعني yes, we enjoy. Here company يعني المعنى متاعها مش شركة أما الرفقة يعني مرافقة. We in touch now. So
we have in touch now.
We have in touch now?
Yes.
We don't say we have, I think. In touch now. Okay, نتعداوها نشوفوا number 4. I don't friends easily. بعد نرجع لهم نلقاهم الكل. I don't friends easily. يعني ما نعملش صداقات في ساعة.
I don't make friends.
Yes, I don't make friends easily. We things in common.
We enjoy things in common.
Enjoy استعملناها.
Okay.
شنو اللي مازالوا هما؟ Maybe we have things in common. We have things in common. Okay, شنو اللي مازالوا؟ make مرتين موجودة.
Yes.
In touch with him to make up. Here I think one is make up. And here, what to say?
Teacher, can we say we make in touch now?
We make in touch now?
Yes.
We make in touch now. شنو اللي مازال؟ كان make كهو؟
I think yeah, teacher.
Okay, we make in touch or we keep in touch. Keep عنا واحدة كهو. So I fell out with Mike over money. We haven't spoken to each other for 3 months. I should keep in touch with him to make up. We told each other everything. I fell madly in love with her. We get on really well together. I'd like to get to know her. We lost touch for a while. We enjoy each other company. We make in touch now. I don't make friends easily. We have things in common. I think this makes sense. نجم تكون. Okay. Read what speaker 1 and speaker 3 said with adjectives. Do they use with friends? Okay, what does it mean? Speaker 1 and 3. Which adjective do they use with friends? شنو هو الادجكتيف استعملوهم with friends؟ بنشوفوا speaker 1 and speaker 3. I fell out with Mike over money. We haven't spoken to each other for 3 months. I should keep in touch with him to make up. We told each other everything. We were very friends. What adjective we can do here?
We are very best friends.
Very best friends. Okay, we can say. Number 2, our fathers were their fathers. They were what? Yes. Here, it's speaking about here, speaker 1 and speaker 3, not here. It's here.
Unit 32. Recording 42. Speaker 1.
I know it's silly, but I fell out with Mike over money. I lent him some and he never gave it back. So we had this big argument and we haven't spoken to each other for 3 months. I know I should get in touch with him to make up because we were very close friends. He was my best friend, in fact, and we told each other just about everything.
Yes. So here, he said, I think we were very close friends, he said. Our fathers were, Jess and I become, now do.
Unit 32. Recording 42. Speaker 1.
I know it's silly, but I fell out with Mike over money. I lent him some and he never gave it back. So we had this big argument and we haven't spoken to each other for 3 months. I know I should get in touch with him to make up because we were very close friends. He was my best friend, in fact, and we told each other just about everything.
Yes.
Speaker 2.
My cousin introduced me to Francesca.
Our fathers worked together and were old friends as well.
We spent the whole evening chatting and we got on really well together. But I haven't seen her since. I'd really like to get to know her though. Maybe she'd go out with me, if I ask her.
Okay.
Speaker
Here,
3.
for speaker 1, he said, we were very close friends. He was my best friend. Here, our fathers were, and Jess and I become friends. We will see that in speaker 3. Let's listen.
I have a great friendship with Jasmine. Our fathers worked together and were old friends as well as colleagues, so Jasmine and I became good friends too, and we used to play together when we were kids. Eventually, we both got married and we lost touch for a while at that point. But then my brother got engaged to his girlfriend. He had a party and invited us both, and we remembered how much we enjoyed each other's company. So we make sure we keep in touch now. We phone each other every week. Eventually, we both got married and we...
She'd go out with me,
3, about
if I
their
ask her.
fathers.
Speaker 3.
Concentrate on our father were and friends.
I have a great friendship with Jasmine. Our fathers worked together and were old friends as well as colleagues, so...
What did she say? Our fathers? Yes, she said our fathers were old friends. Okay, we were very close friends. He was my best friend. Our fathers were old friends. Jess and I become a good friends. Okay. You are not good at listening. Why? You don't like to listen?
I like.
You have problem with listening?
No.
No? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see if you are good at listening. Okay. Here we have a paragraph and we are going to listen and finish this paragraph. So Brianna argues for, or let's listen.
Unit 3, Lesson 3A, Exercises 3 and 7. Brianna.
My mum's life isn't easy at all. She has to cope with a lot. She works long hours in the hospital. She's a nurse. And she also does most of the cooking and housework. But she manages it all somehow without complaining. My brother and I argue all the time about whose turn it is to do the washing up or empty the bins. My mum always says she'd rather do it herself than listen to us arguing. I feel bad about it, really, because I think she's amazing.
Okay. What about Brianna? Argue or with her brother about whose turn to do the washing. However, her mom takes everything in her stride and manages it all somehow or with everything without Brianna really to her. Now do.
Unit 3, Lesson 3A, Exercises 3 and 7. Brianna.
My mum's life isn't easy at all. She has to cope with a lot. She works long hours in the hospital. She's a nurse. And she also does most of the cooking and housework. But she manages it all somehow without complaining. My brother and I argue all the time about whose turn it is to do the washing up or empty the bins. My mum always says she'd rather do it herself than listen.
So, did you hear something? Here it's washing up. Here it's empty the bin. Here, argue or what? B, starting with B. Here, without complaining, من غير تذمر, like you do every time. Yes, people, help me, please.
Unit 3, Lesson 3A, Exercises 3 and 7. Brianna.
My mum's life isn't easy at all. She has to cope with a lot. She works long hours in the hospital. She's a nurse. And she also does most of the cooking and housework. But she manages it all somehow without complaining. My brother and I argue all the time about whose turn it is to do the washing up or empty the bins. My mum always says she'd rather do it herself than listen to us arguing. I feel bad about it, really, because I think she's amazing.
I think she's amazing. It's very hard to you, this exercise. You are not good at listening. The English pronunciation you don't like? Okay, let's try something different. It's Ramadan, you are not very well concentrated. So here we have things that we are going to put in place. So we have despite, يعني بالرغم, get over something, يعني تتجاوز, turn to, bring up, arranged, ask somebody out, look up to, let somebody down, hang out with, shut somebody up, go out, look after, split up with somebody. It's not the exercise that I wanted you to do. Yes, here it is. We are going to do how to use first, then after that, finally. This is the exercise that we need to do because it's very important. So number the order of event, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the words first in the first step of the order of activities. Use then, after that, next, or after for the next step. Don't worry about the order of the sequence. Put the word finally in the last step. به هوني باش ننظموهم قوموا بتنظيمهم بعد باش نكتبوا first ومن بعد then ومن بعد after that ومن بعد next وفي الأخير نكتبوا finally. So going to his classes at school he comes home, he does his homework, he goes to bed, Kyle wake up in the morning. So إذا كان باش ننظموهم هذه رقم قديش وهذه وهذه وهذه. What's the first one? Salma, Rawen, Ale, Anna, where are you? Yes. إذا كان هذوما شنو هي اللي عملها الأولى وشنو هي الثانية وشنو هي الثالثة وشنو هي الرابعة؟ I'm not hearing you well.
Going to his class at school, he come home.
Okay, and Kyle wakes up in the morning. It's number what?
Teacher going to his class at school, he comes home.
He's go to bed.
Yes, عنا أربعة. أنا هي رقم واحد. Which one is number one?
He goes to bed.
He goes to bed, number one.
Yes.
What is number two?
Kyle wake up in the morning.
Wake up in the morning. Okay.
Going to his class at school, he comes home. He does his homework.
So like this, number four.
Yes.
Okay, now we are going to use first, then after that, finally. So number one, what do we use?
First he goes to bed.
First, أول مرة نشوف أول حاجة يعملها هي يمشي يرقد.
Then Kyle wake up in the morning.
Okay, then. Yes, number three.
Next, going to his class at school, he comes home. Next.
Next, going to his class.
After he does his homework.
After آخر حاجة ديما نستعملوا finally.
Finally, okay.
So, totally first he does his bed. He goes to bed. Sorry. Then Kyle wake up in the morning. Next, going to his class at school. He come home. هوني ما نمشيش نستعملوا next خاطر هوني تجي after. بعد ذهابه إلى القسم رجع إلى المنزل. Finally, he does his homework. Okay, we are going to do the same for this one. So, Anna, we eat dinner, we get home from work, we wash the dishes, we cook the food, we watch TV after the dishes. باش نعطيو الترتيب الصحيح.
Teacher Ellen.
Yes, Ella.
He got home from work.
This is number one. Okay. What is number two?
Number two is he cooked the food.
Cook the food, number two.
He eat dinner.
We eat dinner, number three.
Dinner. Number four, we wash the dish.
We wash the dishes, number four.
Number five is we watch TV after the dishes.
Okay, so عندنا 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so number one, we will do what?
First we get home from work.
Yes, number two.
Number two, then we cook the food.
Then we cook the food. Number three.
After we eat dinner.
After we eat dinner. Number four.
After that, we wash the dishes.
The dishes, يعني الصحون.
Yeah, I know.
After that, we wash the dishes and
finally we wash TV after the dishes.
Finally, we watch TV after the dishes. Very good, Ella. Let's try with Selma and Rawen. Yes, can you do this? Yes. We eat the cookies. We gathered the ingredient. We baked the cookie.
We got it.
First. Oh no.
What's the first one?
Finally we eat the cake.
No, قبل الفاينلي باش نرتبوهم قبل 1 2 3 4 5 باش نرتبوهم بالترتيب.
We decided to make
Sorry? We ate the cookie. كلينا الكوكيز به. We gathered the ingredients يعني جمعنا المكونات. We baked the cookie. Baked يعني صحيح حطيناها باش. We made the cookie dough يعني تبرد شوية. We decided to make chocolate chip cookies. قررنا باش نعملوا cooking شوكولاتة. Chocolate chip.
The first one is
الأولى الثانية.
is number 2.
First one. Which one is the first one?
Number 2. We gathered the
Ingredients.
Yes.
به أول حاجة نجمع المكونات قبل ولا نقرروا باش نعملوا.
We decide to make chocolate cake.
This is number 1. Yes. Then number 2. جمعنا المكونات يعني جبنا هذه وهذه وهذه وهذه. This is number 2. What's number 3?
We baked the cookies.
This one. Number 3. Yes. Number 4.
Number 4 is we made the cookie
dough. Number 4. And this is number 5. We ate the cookies.
We ate the cookies.
Okay. Number 1. شنو استعملوا أنا؟
First we decide to make chocolate cookies.
First, we decide to make chocolate chip cookies. Number 2.
Then
second.
نجم نستعملوا second كما قالت زميلتك. Okay. Second, we got the ingredients.
Third, we bake it.
Third, نجم نعملوا third زادا. Third, we bake the cookies. Number 4. نجم نقولوا after بعد we made the cookies dough and آخر واحدة. آخر واحدة ديما شنو نستعملوا؟
Finally we ate the cupcake.
Finally we ate the cookies. التمرين هذا شكون عمله؟ روان ولا سلمى؟
أنا كلنا.
باهي حتى هذا ما نمشي تشاركوا فيه الزوز.
Can I do it?
خليني تشاركوا في الثاني ومن بعد انت تعمل لي بعده آلاء.
اوكي.
يس. خاطر هوني في هذا ما نعرفش شكون الزوز كل واحد يعطي كلمة.
Relaxing from the school and watch TV. He does his homework before dinner. She goes to school. She ate dinner. She goes back
to bed. It's easy.
Relaxing from the school and watch TV. She does her homework because before dinner. One.
هذيك one. She does to school. She goes to school. تمشي للسكول.
She goes to school one.
To school one.
Yes.
She eats dinner too.
She eat dinner.
Relaxing from the school and watch TV.
Sorry. Here she eat dinner first while relaxing from school and watch TV and do her homework before dinner.
She eats dinner. Dinner.
هوني هذوما تعملهم before dinner قبل الدينر. دونك يلزم يكونوا هما قبل she eat dinner. خاطر هذوما قال لك before dinner. So they are number 2. بعد
dinner 3.
وتتثاوب number 5. تضحك. Yes. So what do we do here? هذه مش نقولوا number 1 شنو نقولوا عليه؟
First.
first مرة واحدة مش لازم 7 مرات. Okay, number 2. What can we say?
Then.
نجم نقولوا then، مثال then. كل مرة نستعملوا حاجة خاطر نجم نستعملوا then ولا after that ولا next ولا after ولا second ولا third ولا fourth كيما نحبوا، نغيروا كيما نحبوا احنا. Yes, and number 3.
The third.
Third, نجم نستعملوا third for number 3. Okay.
Finally.
كيما الأخرى finally والأولى first، ومن بعد الثانية والثالثة نجم نستعملوا second ولا third ولا then ولا after that ولا next ولا after. يعني برشا احتمالات نجموا تعملوا كيما تحبوا انتم. آلاء.
She woke up the alarm. The first one.
First one, okay. Yes.
She ate the breakfast.
She ate breakfast. Number 2.
She went to work.
She went to work. This is number 3.
She ate lunch.
She ate lunch. Number 4.
She returned from lunch
and worked. This is number 5.
And she left the work to go home.
This is number 6. Okay, let's go back to number 1.
First, she woke up to the alarm.
Okay.
Then she ate breakfast.
Yes.
After, she went to work.
After. Very good. Number 4. Yes. شو نجم نقولوا for number 4? Then استعملناه.
Then after that, she ate lunch.
After that, she ate lunch. Yes, number 5. شو نستعمل بالنسبة number 5؟ نجم نقولوا next.
Next, she returned from lunch. Finally, she left work to go home.
Finally, she left work to go home. Yes, very good. Let's finish the last one, Rawen. Where is Selma? Yes, Rawen.
Yes.
Going to the grocery shopping.
Going to the grocery shopping. I return home. I go to the bank to get money to go shopping. I leave the house for the bank. I put the groceries away.
يعني نحطها بعيد. Yes, نحطها في مكانها. Okay. So which one is number 1?
I leave the house for the bank.
I leave the house for the bank. Okay, number 1.
I go to the bank to get money to go shopping.
This is number 2.
Going to the grocery shopping. I return home.
Okay, this is number 3.
And I put the groceries away.
Away. So this is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. What can we do for number 1? First. أول حاجة. First.
Second.
Okay, we can use second. Yes.
Okay.
Then.
Number 3 then. And the last one. Finally. اوكي به نجم تقراهم الكل بالترتيب باش نشوفوا شنو
Yes. I leave the house for the bank. لا first.
No, الكل first. Yes, leave first.
First, I leave the house for the bank. Second, I go to the bank to get money to go shopping. Then going to the grocery shopping. I return home. Finally, I put the groceries away.
I put the groceries away. So do you think it's logic? ترتيب يعني صحيح logic? هكا?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's good to practice this because you need to practice this first, then after that, next, after, third, second, third, fourth. نجم نستعملوا fourth and fifth. إذا كان عندنا برشا argument, many arguments, we can say الأولى، الثانية، الثالثة، الرابعة، الخامسة, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, then after that, next, after, finally. المفيد إن الأولى نكون first وفي الأخيرة finally وفي الباقي نستعمل اللي تحبه second, third, fourth, then, after that, next, after, as you like. Okay? You get the idea? فهمتوا المعنى اللي
Yes.
Yes, okay. Because this is very important, you will have it باش تتعلموه هذا يعني حتى للبكالوريا. Okay, so I think it's time now. Thank you, everyone. I hope to see you next week, maybe, and I wish you happy Ramadan.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Happy Ramadan.
Thank you, and I wish you شهية طيبة.
Thank you.